Hello, teachers. Welcome to Unit 2 of English. In this unit, we will teach the students about different types of sentences. Here, we will not talk about the structure. By structure, I meant subject, verb, object, and this is the structure or the construction. Now, every sentence has got a meaning. We talk to form a meaning, right? Whatever I am talking right now, it has got a purpose, and the purpose is to make sure that you can teach your students better. That's why I am saying these sentences. And of course, these sentences are making some sorts of senses to you. This senses is the meaning. In all languages we speak, it forms some sort of meaning. For example, when I say I eat rice, it forms a meaning that I eat something, and this something is a rice. In Bengali, the same thing will form a meaning of like this, ami bhat khai, and most probably it would be a different meaning in your Rohingya language, right? So these are the meaning. Now, based on this meaning, we can classify 5 types of sentences. How many types of sentences? 5 types of sentences. That actually means whatever we speak in our day-to-day life, all the words or the sentences that we use to speak with each other, all the people in the world essentially, regardless of their language, we all speak sentences to form different meaning. For example, you speak in your Rohingya language with your fellow people, right? Yes, so you speak different sorts of sentences. Sometimes you ask them to do something. Sometimes you tell them a story or tell them about an event. Sometimes you ask questions. Sometimes you take advice. Sometimes you give your opinion. Sometimes you sit for the prayer and you wish for something. And sometimes you even get exclaimed or wonder how this has happened. All these things we say or speak, they have 5 different meaning. And based on these creations of meaning, all the sentences, it's not just English sentences, all the sentences in the world, in all languages, can be classified in these 5 types of sentences. So now do you understand how important it is to learn all these 5 types of sentences? Because if you want to say English better or say another language better, you need to understand these types of sentences, because you need to understand what type of meaning or what you want to say, what sorts of meaning you want to create using the sentences that you are writing or the sentences that you are speaking or talking. Did you get that? Now, based on this, there are 5 types of sentences. How many types of sentences? 5 types of sentences. What are these sentences? Assertive sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, exclamatory sentence, and optative sentences. Now, all these 5 types of sentences create different types of meaning, and we will talk about all these types of sentences in each English classes. Now, first you learn how you are going to teach this each lesson. You will take at least 2 classes to finish on lesson. How many classes? 2 classes. In the first class, you will teach them a particular type of sentence and you will do some practices. In the next class, you will do practices, lots of practices. Remember the subject verb object version? Keep changing the subject or verb or object. You keep doing the same thing here as well. But the types of sentence will be different every time you do it. Well, I am going to show you how you can do that. So don't worry at all. Let's just do this, okay? Follow me. Today, the first class of Unit 2 is talking about assertive sentence. Assertive. What is assertive sentence? Oh, do you know that? Don't you know that? I hope you already know that. If you don't, just learn it carefully. Be careful. Assertion or the descriptive sentence. It's a descriptive sentence. That means it gives description or declaration. What's a declaration? What's a description? What's an assertion? You must know that it is talking or giving general description of something. Now, most of the time when we give or talk about someone or something, we give a description of it or that person. This is what description is. And these descriptive sentences are assertive sentences. Not clear? Alright, let me help you understand the whole thing through some example. That would be pretty much easier for you, right? Let me do that. Now, for example, I am wearing this t-shirt, right? And I just told you that I am wearing a t-shirt. It's a sentence, see? And it's ended with a full stop. Here I am giving a description. Description of what I am wearing. See, this is an assertive sentence. Or let me just go to another example. What is the color of this t-shirt? The color of this t-shirt is gray. The color of this t-shirt is gray. Now, this is an assertive sentence. I am giving description of this t-shirt. That means whenever we are talking about the color or about the name of the person or about the position of the thing or about the movement or about the situation of a particular event, we are talking about a description. We are giving a description about our subject or the thing or the person that we are talking about in our sentences. So whenever you give description, it is the assertion. This is what we call an assertive sentence. Okay? Make sure you use native language. That means you use Rohingya language to help the student understand the whole thing. Did you understand what is assertive sentence? Well, we will talk about assertive sentence in example. Now, before getting into the example, think about it. How you can talk about something. We can talk about someone or something in two different ways. How many ways we have? Two. Sometimes we can say positive, sometimes we can say negative. Wow, positive and negative. That means it is called affirmative if it is a positive thing. It is called negative if it is a negative thing. For example, he is a good boy. Oh, that's a positive thing, right? And it's a description about this boy. It's an assertive sentence and it is giving a positive information. We're talking something positive or affirmative about him. Now, if he is not a good boy, what would you say? You say he is a bad boy. That's a negative sentence. That's a negative sentence. So affirmative and negative. It comes. Sometimes you can do it, sometimes you cannot do it. We can talk about or give description about a particular things in two different ways. One is affirmative or positive. Or you could say, he is a good teacher. It's an affirmative assertive sentence. Or you could say, he is a bad teacher. Oh, this guy is bad. See, it's formatting or forming a meaning. The meaning is giving a details about he. Or for example, I am Rocky. I am giving my name. So this sentence, I am Rocky, it's an assertive sentence. Is it positive or is it negative? Of course, it's positive. It doesn't give any negative information, right? If it is not giving any negative information, then it is an affirmative sentence. And if it says, I am not Rocky, see, the information is saying this guy is not Rocky. If you are searching for Rocky, you will be sure that this guy is not Rocky. It's giving a description or declaring something, providing a details, but it's giving a negative information. That's why this is a negative sentence. Now look into the book. In the book you would say that I get up early in the morning. I get up early in the morning. This is a description when I usually get up from sleep. We all go to sleep, right? And then in the morning we just wake up. And how or when I get up, I'm giving this information. I get up early in the morning. আমি সকাল সকালে ঘুম থেকে উঠে যাই. This is the Bengali version of this sentence. Now you would say it in your native tongue to the students. See, this is giving a description about the work, about my work when I get up in the morning. I'm giving that piece of description or declaration to you. That's why this is an assertion, or this is a descriptive sentence, or it is called assertive sentence. Now, is this sentence giving you a good news or a bad news? Is it positive or negative? Think about it. It's a positive information, right? It's not talking about anything bad. I wake up early in the morning. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Obviously, it's a good thing. That's why it's an affirmative sentence. Now, go to the next one. I do not get up early in the morning. Oh, this guy, he doesn't get up early in the morning. That means he wake up very late. Now, is it a good habit? No, it's a bad habit, right? So it's talking about a negative thing. But still, it is giving a description. That's why it's an assertive sentence, but it is a negative assertive sentence. Did you get me? We will give some more examples for you to understand. I am going to discuss some more examples so that you can help your students to understand that as well. Are you getting this? Do you think it is getting too much hard? I don't think so. The student will understand. Use your Rohingya language. Okay? If you don't use that, only and only then it could be harder for the children, cause you might not be able to teach the way I want you to teach. So use your native tongue. That should be very effective. Did you get me? Let's go with the examples. Look at this picture. See, it's saying he is my dad. You are essentially giving an information about your father. In this sentence, this guy is saying he is my dad or father. See, he is giving a description. Who is that person? He is talking about a person and telling us how that person is related to him. This is a description. See, this description is assertion. That's why we call it a descriptive sentence. Most of the sentences we write or we use this assertive sentence. Okay, let's see another example. My brother's name is Daniel. My brother's name is Daniel. See, in this sentence I'm saying that I have got a brother and my brother, his name is Daniel. I am summing up all this information together and saying my brother's name is Daniel. Literally, I am giving a description about my brother. It's a details about my brother, saying that I have a brother and his name is Daniel. I'm merging these two sentences and telling these details in one sentence. This one sentence is, my brother's name is Daniel. Did you understand now? Well, let me go through some more examples to help you understand it more clearly. Now, look at the next sentence. It is saying the window is closed. The window is closed. Yes, it's just saying that the window is not open, right? And it is giving us a situation or the condition of the window. It's a description about the window. Is it about the window or about the situation or condition of the window? The description is about the situation or the condition of this window. How it is remaining? It is closed. It might have another situation. It could have been opened, right? So still it's a description. And now this description is making it a assertive sentence. That's why descriptions are assertive sentence or assertion. Did you get it? Well, let's go analyze some more sentences. Next sentence. I read this book. I read this book. It is giving a details. The details is what I do with this book. I read it. It's a description. Like I have this book and I read this book. This description is telling in this sentence, I read this book. See here giving a description. Now, is it a positive one or negative one? You can easily imagine. It is not giving us any negative information, is it? No, as it is not giving us any negative information, that means it is an affirmative or positive sentence, right? But it is giving description. It is not going for any other thing. The meaning is clear. It is giving a description. That's why it is an assertive sentence. Did you understand now? Or should I go with some more example? Let me analyze some more example for you, okay? Next one, you keep this chair and show this chair. This is my chair. You're just giving a description. Who is the owner of this chair? I am the owner of this chair. And this is my chair. See? It's so simple. You are just giving a description. Well, this is my chair. See this. This is my chair. This is the descriptive thing. Is it talking about anything negative? No. It's giving us a positive information. Right. So, this is an affirmative sentence. Of course, it is an assertive sentence or declarative sentence. The next one, I can smell with my nose. I can smell with my nose. Well, we all can smell with our nose. This is a description about the functionality of our nose. What we can do with our nose? We can smell with our nose. This description, we're talking about the function. What work this nose do? It helps us to smell. I can smell with my nose. I am giving a description. I'm giving a declaration. I'm giving more information about the work of my nose. What work this nose do? It smells. See? That's why this is an assertive sentence. So every time you are giving any description or talking some functionality or condition or the situation or the ownership, that means any source of description you are giving about a particular thing or the person which is essentially our subject of the sentence, then that is an assertive sentence. So remember, whenever you want to give a description, you follow the structure of an assertive sentence, which is subject, verb, object. Subject, verb, object. This is the uniform structure of an assertive sentence. Whatever we have learned in Unit 1 is almost all about this assertive sentence. Did you get that now? I hope this is pretty clear now. Still, you think more how you can explain assertive sentence in more clarified way to your students. And of course, use your Rohingya language. Don't hesitate to use Rohingya language, but make sure they understand it in English as well. You need to teach them both the language. Help them understand it using your native language. Then you should help them understand the English as well. Okay? Now, let us just go through all the sentences. I'm not going to explain or analyze rest of the sentences, but I'm just telling you what it is talking or doing about. Sorry. I am just going to show you how it is an assertive sentence. Okay? Let's go. First one is saying, this is not my pencil. It's giving a description and it is negative. So it's a negative assertive sentence. The next one is, I can taste food with my tongue. Just like the nose, it's talking about the functionality of tongue. And it's an assertive sentence. It's a description. I can see my face on the mirror. It is also talking about the functionality of a mirror and saying how I can see my face. It's giving a description what I can do with a mirror. So it's an assertive sentence. I can see with my eyes. We all can, right? It is giving a description about the functionality of our eyes. What work our eyes do? It can see. That's what it is talking. It is giving description of the functionality of our eyes. I can hear the baby is crying. So I'm hearing something. What I'm hearing? A baby is crying. So this is a description of a event. It is an assertive sentence. I drink water. Giving a description about what I drink. It's again an assertive sentence. She will not play with us. It's a negative one, right? But it is giving a description. Description that she will not play with us. It's an assertive sentence, but it's a negative sentence. The next one is, she is not having food. It's another description that she don't want to have food. So it's a negative message or information, right? So it's an assertive but negative sentence. I have a shirt. It's just giving a description what I have. Positive, right? Well, I hope this is pretty clear to you now, right? You go through rest of the sentences and think by yourself about what this sentence is talking about, what sort of description this sentence is giving, just like the way I have been explaining. First, you figure it out. If you can figure it out, only then you can make sure that your students are understanding you. Okay, so this is very important for you to go through. That's why I am leaving you rest of the sentences. You read those sentences and analyze what sorts of description these sentences are giving. It will help you to help the student understand better. Perhaps it will make you understand the context in more better way. After finishing all the sentences, you go to the table. This table, can you see that? It is giving affirmative and negative. How we are making the negative one? We are adding affirmative and negative together. For example, if I say I do this, in case of negative, I'm saying I do not do this. I have a cat. I do not have a cat. I go to school. I do not go to school. See, we are adding a not or with the positive or affirmative verb. If you do that, you will get a negative sentence. So make sure students memorize this table. This table is important to memorize. So you make sure they memorize it for now. They will understand it slowly, but for now, make them memorize it. Of course, make sure they know the meaning of this word. Here you can see all the auxiliary verbs. Am, ain't, is plus not, is not or isn't, are plus not, aren't. See, these will be required. So go through this table, ask the students to memorize it, and you make example. For example, I'm saying I am Rocky, I am not Rocky. We are children, we are not children. We have eaten, we haven't eaten, or we have not eaten. This is how you keep helping the students by making more sentences, one positive or affirmative and another negative. It's just the opposite. Use this table and make sentences. Okay? Once this is done, you can end the first class. But in the next class, you go to the exercise and do these exercises. First, you help them write some affirmative sentences or the assertive sentences. Yes, that means positive assertive sentences. Then you ask them to use the negative form, that means do plus not, do not, and make those assertive sentence into or turn those assertive sentence into negative sentence. See, you will request the student to convert the affirmative sentences to negative sentences. That's how you start the next class. Then you go through all the exercises. Ask the student what is the assertive sentences. Ask them to write some assertive sentences. Try to understand if they can identify the description or type of description they are talking about. Okay? This is the ultimate objective of this class. Not just this class, rest of the classes will have same objectives. Okay? So keep trying, guys. We can make this work, right? Thank you very much.